Hello, everyone. I'm Mitchell Bowles. Welcome to the 4 Reasons Review, where I give you 4 reasons to buy and 4 reasons to skip a game, all based on 10 hours of real gameplay. Today, we are going to be reviewing Diablo 4. We're going to see how it plays in 2025. So, a little bit of background Diablo 4 is about the return of Lilith, who's the daughter of hatred to the sanctuary. You create a character that must travel the lands to unlock mysteries and figure out her plan. Diablo 4 is a live service game released in 2023 with new content still coming out today. It's an open world action RPG with tons of customization with different classes, a robust character customization tool, tons of weapons, magic, collectibles, so much more. And with it being a live service game and it being released 2 years ago, there's still so much content being released. So we're going to get right into the reasons why to buy Diablo 4. So, reason number one to buy Diablo 4 in 2025 is that it has the perfect balance of combat and gameplay. So, Diablo 4 does an incredible job of throwing you right into the action, all while guiding you to the next quest or the next adventure. With massive live service games like Diablo, it can be easy to forget about the story and let the gameplay shine, but this game has some of the coolest cinematic cutscenes and awesome visuals. There'll be times where you have a cutscene that is from the same angle as the gameplay from up top, but then you have these cutscenes that look like they're straight out of a movie. They're so awesome. So, if you're looking for a rich story that includes a heavy emphasis on combat, then this game is for you. All the cities you travel to have tons of content, and they all feel so immersive without being too much. The side quests are quick and fun, and they have some awesome rewards. Now, reason number two to buy Diablo 4 is that the customization in this game is top tier. So in Diablo 4, you can customize just about everything with your character. You can customize their scars, markings, tattoos, skin tone, hair, facial hair, eyes, ears, nose, and much more at the very beginning. You can really make your character truly unique. There's also so much customization with the armor and the weapons, and with it being a live service game, there are so many skins that have been released, and you can change your armors at any time. And you can also change your look without the stats of your armor being impacted or the stats of your weapons being impacted. So you can really look exactly how you want to. And this is the one positive of live service games is that there's always more and more content, so the customization gets even better the longer this game keeps going. And yeah, this game really allows players to have a certain style based on their play style, but you can also change it at any time. Now, reason three to buy Diablo 4 is the combat and the play style classes. So there's 5 classes you can choose from in Diablo 4, 6 if you get a certain DLC, and they all have different play styles. Do you want to be a big hulking barbarian that is a master of heavy hits and taking damage and dealing out massive damage with, axes and swords and big two-handed weapons? Do I want to master spells and witchcraft? Do I want to be a rogue that relies on speed, trickery, daggers, where you kind of hit, inflict a lot of damage, get out? The choice really is yours, and it's all paired with a really cool skill tree that allows players to set their classes up however they want. This is a huge reason Diablo can be played through multiple times. The combat in this game is awesome and allows for some super cool visuals. It's heavily based on abilities, and these abilities either have charges, cooldowns, or they require energy. So you really want to make sure you're not just selecting all abilities that all require energy, because then you're really going to limit yourself, and you better have some good rings and amulets that give you energy back. So you have to kind of be strategic when picking your abilities, but that's the best part about this game is that there's so many abilities with so many different play styles. The abilities also look so cool when you use them, and there's so much happening when you're fighting a large horde of enemies. So that's reason number 3 is that the combat and the classes are awesome. And reason number 4 to buy Diablo 4 is that the world, and more importantly, the dungeons are awesome. So there are so many dungeons that can be explored, and every one of them feels unique. Some of them are icy and dark, others are fiery and bright. You can truly get lost in this open world because of the sheer size and the side content that is available. Each dungeon does not feel like the last, and there are usually awesome rewards and really cool, unique bosses at the end. Diablo 4 encourages players to explore and find every dungeon in the world so they don't miss out on some awesome content. So reason number 4 to buy Diablo 4 in 2025 is that the world and the dungeons are immersive, they're fun. I found myself where I would be traveling from one location to the next, and there's this little shack that I can interact with, and all of a sudden I'm in a huge dungeon. So I really recommend all players to look around as much as possible in this big open world. Now, 4 reasons to maybe skip or not buy Diablo 4 is that the top-down playstyle may not be for everyone. So as you can see in the gameplay video, Diablo 4 has a top-down isometric perspective. This means that the camera angle does not move, and you have to move your character in order to see more of the world. So you can't use, for example, a right analog stick to move the camera angle at different points in time to maybe see around corners or ledges. Players cannot manipulate the camera whenever they please, like most games. This camera angle and playstyle is not for everyone, and I can see how people would not feel as immersed with the world with the camera being so high in the sky. It's kind of like a bird's eye view is how you play, and again, you can't move it whenever you'd like. Now, reason number 2 to skip Diablo 4 is that it is a live service game, and we all know what that means. There's tons of microtransactions. So Diablo 4 is no different than any other live service game when it comes to its microtransactions. You have very easy access to the store, and with this game being 2 years old, the store is flooded with items. Now, if you're someone who hates this in a video game, then you're not going to like Diablo 4. You can get mount skins to different tattoos, different sword skins, armor. There's so much you can buy, and if it's something that you love, then this is going to be great. But I know a lot of people who don't like microtransactions in games and feel like it bogs down the gameplay, but there is a lot of that in this game. So this will always be a part of live service games, and Diablo 4, it's no different, and it seems like they just want to sell you their newest gear, kind of like a door-to-door salesman. Now, reason number 3 to skip Diablo 4 is I experienced way too many bugs than I would have liked in 2025. While playing, I ran into bugs, and my game even crashed twice while playing. And with this being a live service game, you can't stop and save at any time. It just automatically saves, and those automatic saves are pretty far apart compared to most games. So it was pretty annoying because I had to go back through my progression, complete a dungeon I already finished once more. There are times where you'd be running in place, and then all of a sudden there are a ton of enemies right on you, and you're almost dead. This is frustrating because it only happened to me when I was either in combat or I was right outside a bunch of combat, like a bunch of enemies, and this slowed the game down and made it pretty buggy. Which is unfortunate with it being 2025. We just cannot have that here. Now, reason number 4 that you may want to skip this game is that the combat may not be for you. So Diablo 4's combat, it focuses on, like I said earlier, abilities, cooldowns, charges, energy costs for every move. This can create a lot of hectic scenes, but this combat will not be for everyone. There are no perfect dodges, parries, counters, like a lot of the typical first or third person action games. Like every Souls you can have a perfect dodge or a counter or a parry, and some players won't like that you're not able to do that because you may feel like you have less control of the fight. There's very rarely any 1v1 fights, so you need to have a good blend of abilities that do AoE damage and that some abilities that can shred one enemy at a time and deals high damage to one enemy. I like this gameplay a lot. I have no issues with this combat, but it's not going to be for everybody. Now, if you love rich stories, tons of customization, and a game you can play for hundreds and hundreds of hours and with your friends, then this game's for you. But if you're looking for something more intense with its one-on-one combat, with the quick decisions, with the dodges, the parries, the counters, then this game is not going to be for you. But what's really nice is that if you're a PlayStation owner and you're still kind of on the fence, it is free right now with PlayStation Plus. So I would recommend at least buying it, giving it a few hours. You get thrown right into the action. I think you're going to love it from the get-go. But guys, this is a 4 Reasons review from Diablo 4 in 2025. Thanks for watching. This is Mitchables, and have a great day.